All right, Coach, talk a little bit about tonight. Jumped out to the early lead, 5-0. Then all of a sudden you got to give Nicholls State some credit. They came back, fought back, tied it up, but you eventually won it. I know it wasn't pretty. I know it wasn't exactly what you wanted, but it's a W.
Well, that's right, but it isn't how we trod up. But I think we got out to the early lead, and then I think through no fault of anybody's, Nicholls gets 2 infield singles, and then it hits a hard ground ball up the middle to score both. We don't do a right backup play. We end up cutting a ball that I thought we had the girl out at the play down, and then the next thing you know, it's 5-2, and then that's the point where I was disappointed in them. They began to play timid. They began to play, I don't want to say scared, because we're never scared, but they began to play careful. And when you play this game safe or careful like that, it'll come back and bite you, and that's exactly what happened. It did, and then, fortunately, we gutted it up at the end. We found a way to push one across, and then Mel came on for a save and got us the W.
Talk a little bit about how you used your rotation tonight. We were just talking off camera. Nicholls decided not to use their one, but you've kind of got a different philosophy.
Well, to me, middle of the week games are just practice. I mean, they're nice. I promise you my players like them better than practice. But to me, they're just practice, and so what we want to do is treat it like a bullpen night. We're going to pitch one of our pitchers 4 innings, and then somebody's going to throw a couple, and then somebody's going to come in for the last one, and it's just the way I believe it's kind of done. That way they all get some innings, they all get some mixes, and they all get to throw in a live situation that helps them be better when we play, when the games really do count.
Daisha, again, hit her 3rd home run in as many days.
Yeah.
She just kind of has got that confidence.
Well, and again, I think she's always had it, but you know what? She's seeing the ball well, and so she's starting to really accomplish some good things. I'm proud of her.
Talk a little bit about this weekend. You go to Texas State. This was a Texas State team that won 40-something games last year, went to the NCAA tournament. They were picked preseason #1, but they've struggled this year.
Yeah, they lost their #1 pitcher to an ACL injury, and anytime that happens, it takes you for a loop. And their #1 from a year ago graduated, so this was their #2, but she was going to step into that #1 role, and I'm positive she would have done great because she had great numbers last year. And so now they're throwing girls that probably aren't used to it, so they're dangerous because now the girls that weren't throwing at the beginning of the year are now throwing, so they're developing the innings and the confidence to go out and play. So despite the struggles, they're a team that you still got to be very careful on because they still have the swag, they still know what they did last year, and really any type of momentum turn could be something that just breaks it open for them and turns their season around. We certainly don't want that to be us.